Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. But with no further ado, Baby Crone and I want to get into this Blake Lively and, of course, Taylor Swift. Okay. Taylor Swift is just having a moment.
She is.
Not only did she have to give the award to Beyonce,
yes.
However, she done won Album of the Year. Mm-hmm. So it's like, here, girl, give me a hand. Here, girl, take it. Because I done had it already. Mm-hmm. What? Couple of times. Well, Beyonce had got it all. But we're not here to talk about that. It's just that Taylor Swift is going through. Now, one of the things that I realize is how their friendship going to hold up.
Yes.
Blake played Taylor. What do you think about that?
Yes, most definitely. Mm-hmm. As a way to beef up and show that she has connections in the industry. Like, if you want to mess with me, don't forget that I have these dragonflies that will do whatever for you.
And Taylor Swift was offended that you call me a dragon or anything. Mm-hmm. Like, see, those days of Hollywood power is over. That kind of gatekeeping is coming down. And I am so glad that Taylor is saying, I'm not going to agree with Blake. I'm not going to agree with her. I don't want nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. Don't drag me in your sugar, honey, ice, you know what? Yes. And I don't want nothing to do with it. Baby Crone, go ahead. Talk about it.
Yes, I definitely understand. Taylor Swift has her own fandom and identity and reputation to look out for. And honestly, if she had nothing to do with it, why should she have to come defend when she shouldn't be a part of this? And honestly, this is just a huge smear on somebody's reputation.
On the guy, Blake, on Maloney. What's his name?
Justin Baldoni.
Josie Baldoni. Josie. Justin Baldoni. It's horrible. But you know what? Blake played with the wrong person.
She did.
She played with the wrong person. See, that evil. I wonder how many people have she ruined their career?
Yes.
How many people have they lost their jobs or whatever because her shenanigans? Mm-hmm. That is, I'm now finding it hard to look at her movies.
Yes, I understand.
I used to like her, but I've heard that she was a mean girl. But clearly, she's not mean. She's cruel. She's cruel. She's a cruel girl. She's true. A Heather. She's out to assassinate people's souls.
She is.
Their jobs, their livelihood.
Yeah.
And her silly husband is going along with her. Mm-hmm. While she keep him wrapped down in babies.
Right.
You ain't going nowhere, no joke. But right here and dealing with me. You know he was married to Scarlett Johansson. Isn't that her name? Scarlett?
Okay. Scarlett?
Yeah. So the thing is, why she did this, I don't know.
I honestly don't know either.
Other than to have power over someone. She tried to take over the movie.
Yep,
she did.
She did, clearly. We see it.
And tried to make what they were doing, she tried to make it out to be he was coming off sexual. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why. Where is that anger, that bitterness? Where does that come from in her?
Right, because I think it's way much more deeper than her.
She needs psychological help.
Yeah, for real.
She's a little cuckoo bird upstairs. Mm-hmm. And the same thing when that interview when she was Parker Posey went right along with it, a dragonfly. And Parker Posey at the end of that interview felt very uncomfortable. So I see Taylor Swift was like, A, I take offense you calling me a dragon. And B, I take offense that you're going to try to use me.
Yeah.
When she met him, she set up the meeting for them to meet. Mm-hmm. But when they met, they had no...
Yeah.
They had blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And she tried to make it out to be that she was using that as a leverage,
yes,
that Taylor Swift would do something. But I appreciate Taylor Swift, that she's above that. And you know what, Taylor? With friends like that, you don't need enemies because she's a sure enough not a friend.
Yes.
Not a friend at all. She don't care about your career. She don't care about her own career.
No.
You can't. And if I was a producer, I wouldn't want to hire her for jack nothing. She has blown it with me.
Yeah.
And I liked her. I really did.
Yeah, this case was like the final straw. This should be the most biggest red flag for anybody to hire Blake.
I'd be scared to work with her. But you know what? She's not getting away with it because she's like, my Hollywood friends are going to take you down.
Yes.
My husband, I hate people like that. I do, don't I? As soon as they say, I'm a celebrity. My father, that's the same thing that, what's his name? The basketball player. He got caught drinking and driving.
Oh, yes.
What was his name of his father, as good as we know his father?
You're right. As good as we know his father.
Michael Jordan. Is that him? He said, my fault. They always like to throw out, I'm a celebrity. You don't know who I am. You don't know who my father is.
Yes, it was Marcus Jordan.
Marcus Jordan. You don't know who my mother is. I hate that. She like, me and my big time husband gonna take you down. You keep fooling around with her. What's her husband's name? Ryan. You keep fooling around with her, and nobody gonna want to work with you.
That is true. Because
that's terrible. That is terrible. And as far as their friendship, what do you think about their friendship? Taylor, she's not a friend.
Yeah, drop her.
Drop her. That's a big fat Zebo Taylor. Yeah. And Taylor is one of the godmother to one of her children.
I know, that's so sad.
It is sad. What do you do in that case?
I know. It's sometimes in life, you just have to drop people because clearly Blake showed her true colors, and Taylor Swift has to decide now.
My mic out.
It is on.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift has to make the decision of, will she continue to walk with the goddaughter and Blake, or does she step away from the situation?
I don't think at this point godparents are really meant to be there. If something happened to you, they are the next guardian to look out for you. But a godmother is someone that keep you in the light, keep you inspired, teach you the ways of the word of God or the word of your belief. To somebody you could go to get spiritual advice, help you in times of need. They're like the second mother, but they're your spiritual mother.
Got you.
You understand? So it ain't like if Blake died that the child would go. No, that would have to be done in paper. I don't think it was that. I think it's just done as an inspiration. That this is your godmother. You can talk to her on things you can't talk to me about. Spiritual godmother is supposed to be looking out for your spiritual growth. Godmother supposed to be looking out for your spiritual growth and spiritual needs. Be there for you, love on you. And when you have problems, you can go. That's another person that's designated, who the mother has vetted. Has said, this is who I want to be your godmother. That's why that's done that way. But what else do we know about the case? Do you think that they're going to summons Taylor to go to court?
I don't think they will unless Blake makes it seems like there's something way deeper to the story that Taylor has to testify and tell her side of the story. So I hope that it doesn't come that they don't have to come. I really do, because she doesn't have anything to do with it. No. She did make music for the show, for the movie. She was her album or whatever was in the movie. I just think you don't do your friends like that. No, not at
and
all.
I think that way of thinking and that Hollywood way of being, I think is coming down. Those gatekeepers are losing their power. Do you want to take this handsome man and you took over his set?
You did. And
then you didn't even let him show up to even advertise it. Such a bitch.
And then wants to take on the next movie that comes on after it.
After it. Cruel. Just cruel intentions. Just cruel. Well, anyway, deception.
I like that.
Deception shows up right there. Deception.
Can't miss it.
Over a beautiful beginning, over something that could have been lovely, over a movie that could have been, I have yet to see it, but over a movie that could have been beautiful, but you tainted it with deception, with lies. You tainted it. And then you trying to take over that man's movie. That is, ooh, girl. But that's okay, because everything you did backfired. You were trying to hoard everything.
Yep, selfish.
Being selfish. And it backfired. What do you have to say, baby Crone?
Yes, most definitely. That this is tremendously an emotional time for both of them in this situation, because it did go so left and so terrible and so sour.
Because from what I understand, he has had a case in the past. So he has dealt with something like this. And this is all about PR.
Yes.
She was trying to ruin him.
She was.
For what, though?
Yeah.
Just because I want to be the owner of this movie. Because I want the name. And he gave her everything. He even put it out there that he called her up on the phone. But deception, lies, and deceit over something that could have been beautiful, and out of her selfishness. And even you dragged your husband in because he probably was believing you. Or how many times have you done this to people?
Yeah. True colors came to light.
It just seemed like you've been exposed.
Yes.
See, she was called the mean girl before this movie.
Yes, she was.
So who have you hurt? Who have you done wicked to? Just because, girl, you ain't all that. Honestly, you're not all that pretty. You're not.
No.
You're not. You're average blonde. I'm saying it. You're average. You're not ugly by no stretch of the imagination. No. But what makes you think you all of that? That's where I'm tripping. What?
Somebody blew her ego
up.
Who blew
her ego up to be so gigantic? Let's see what the card said.
Oh.
What do you say?
I always see that as somebody blocking off or being separatist.
It seems to me that these are still waters, and I'm getting the impression that there is something happening in her past, that there is something happened probably when she was a child, that she got this way.
Okay.
And there was a time where she was a very attractive woman when she was younger. But as you grow up, you kind of lose that, you know. First, I thought it was the fact that he said that she was too thick to pick up, and that could have triggered it.
Yep.
That could have triggered it, but not enough to destroy the man.
No.
Because he have a right to say my health is more important, and she was thick, right? I mean, she's not fat.
Well, the way she defended it, she was just finishing she was just coming out of postpartum. So she was like, how dare you say that about me after I had just brought in life?
So what? You were thick, you were still thick. What about my health?
Exactly.
What about my back? Do you know when you can't just lift things like that when you struggle with your back?
No.
Or your knees?
Nope. Those are your supporting
parts. Those are your supporting. You can't put your back, your knees, what? Baby, I've seen baby Cole fall over those knees, right?
Yeah.
So, so I'm getting the impression that it's a picture coming in. Everything I say is allegedly, but this is the picture I'm getting. I'm getting a picture that she was raised in an environment where she was pretty, or where she was the star seed. This the impression I'm getting. I may not be saying it right, but this is the impression. And she was always. Did she have any siblings?
Okay.
She was always covered, if you know what I mean. And she was doing these antics when she was younger. You understand what I'm saying? And got away with it. And sooner or later, the devil gonna want us to do. Sooner or later, that karma's gonna come and you're gonna be revealed. The sheets are gonna get cut off. And this is something this girl has been doing ever since she was a teenager.
Yes, she does have siblings. She has 2 older brothers, and then it says she has 3 half siblings.
She's been doing this all her life. All her life. I'm getting the age at 13, like in teenage years, that she has just always been the exceptional one. You know? What? You got pictures of her siblings?
Yes, I do see pictures of her siblings, but I wanted to look this up. Blake Lively is a Virgo.
Okay.
But her rising sign, the persona that she gives out, is a Leo.
Because they want to be front and center. They want to take over everything. See me. See me. There is nothing better than me. And for so long, she has operated in this. Go ahead, baby, talk.
Yes, definitely. So I can see that as a playing into how she could seek attention or desire to have the spotlight on herself. And also now that the waves are coming in, because here is the Chariot. And what I see with the Chariot, her past is starting to override her. The water waves are starting to drown her out. And people are stripping off and seeing the deception. She's a snake. And seeing the deception. And I shiver to think how many people she has done this to through school. Through the industry. Yes.
But she just met the right person at the right time who has dealt with this in the past and was able to slay her. Because if he had no background in this, she would have ruined him. Ruined him.
Yeah.
Absolutely, where nobody would have wanted to deal with him. But because he has had a past where she didn't know. And you played tic-tac-toe with the wrong person. And now you the mole.
Oh, yeah.
And I said this in my previous reading. Before any of this came out, look at my reading on Blake. Did I not say that she was, the card said that she was behind this?
Yes, it did.
I haven't touched it. And now the evidence are so strong against her.
Yes.
It's sad. And now you're going to bring my girl. I love Taylor.
Yes.
Okay? So you're going to bring Taylor Swift and and you think that Taylor's squeaky clean.
Yes.
She's America's beauty.
Exactly.
She's America's next door neighbor. Don't be trying to drag Taylor in this. And I know Taylor has haters out there, don't we all?
Yes.
But my point is, at least Taylor standing up and saying, you will not use me. I will not be a part of taking this man down.
Yes.
Your other dragons, or what were they called?
I think it is dragons.
The other dragons may have, or what as baby gonna call them, dragonflies, right? As your other dragons or dragonflies may have complied because of who you are, not Taylor.
Exactly.
And besides, as far as I'm concerned, Taylor is way bigger of a star than you are.
Exactly.
Way bigger. You can't touch her hemisphere. She's out of your league. And I'm so glad that she's standing up. And like I said, I see the Chariot, and the Chariot saying all this negative stuff that you have done in the past is like a wave, and it's coming right up on you. Right up on you. And so much so that they even went to the courts or whatever and said, please have them stop talking. You started it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a question?
Yes, my question is, how does Blake Lively treasure her relationship with Taylor Swift?
Obviously not.
Yeah, obviously.
You use friends as pawns. Obviously, no. She was your friend because of who she was. She was your friend when it was good. Y'all go out to dinner, y'all kiki, laugh together. She's your friend because of who she is. But she is not the person that you're not going to use her. And I love that. I think that Taylor's keep to your integrity.
Thank you, Taylor.
In Tinseltown, it's easy to get caught up in the glitz and the glitter and the glamour of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to do it. But what goes around, come around. And I hope that she have a tremendous fall. What was your question?
How did Blake treasure her relationship with Taylor?
The first card I picked was yes, she did. Yes. However, it's gone to crap now.
Oh my God, 2 3s.
2 3s. It's gone. What was once a family. Look what you've done. Do you think that, I want to know, do you think that Taylor will ever forgive her?
That's a good question.
Forgive her, but not walk with her. Mm-mm. Not walk with her. Not like that. Mm-mm. It's a loss. It's a loss. But I can't trust you. I can't trust you. I can't trust you. You use me. You're a user and an abuser, Blake. You have one more question for the audience that they might want to know?
My question is, will the real Blake, well, I mean, the real Blake has been exposed, but...
A little devil. A she-devil.
But in regards to this case with Justin, I want to know, will she be successful or will it really go not in her favor?
Well, I see here, she's drowning. This is the card that I picked up because I like to pick up too. She's drowning. She's drowning in it. But for him, it will be a success. For Baloney,
yep, Justin.
It will be a success, let's say at the cards. But for her, she's drowning. And this is what? This is the page. You played a childish game. You've been doing this ever since you was a teenager, allegedly. You've been doing this all for years, playing and plotting people, being the mean girl because you can. And so sad because you was so pretty. Mm-hmm. Now to me, you're not pretty at all. Not when her movies come on, I don't even want to see them. Because I don't like people that want to hurt and manipulate and ruin other people's lives because you can. But those days, my dear, is over. And I'm glad that the sheets has been ripped off and that the world see you for the snotty, bitchy person you are. And it wasn't even that I mean, she was one of my favorite people that I look forward to, you know? Mm-hmm. Now, I don't even want to see it. I do want to see the movie because I want to see the innuendos and I want to see those things that she was talking about. But I won't pay to see it, I tell you that.
Exactly. Really, Netflix?
Netflix is doing some crazy stuff.
They are doing some crazy stuff.
Once upon a time, they show you. Now you got what? Do you got to get a higher level or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll get it because, well, what they want for it? Just off the cuff.
That I'm not sure. I have to check. Okay, I'll look into that.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Because long as it's not $20. Because it's terrible. So Netflix got it now where isn't that terrible? Mm-hmm. So they got it like you can see the basic stuff.
Okay, here we go.
It better not be no more than $16, $15. $8.
Well, $8 is the standards with ads, and then the $17.99 is the standard where you pay and you have no ads.
And I get to see what?
Yes, you get to see everything.
And remember, Netflix didn't even have ads.
Exactly.
See what happens when you get up in the money? The more you get, the more greed, the more. And it was because they were a movie station.
They was.
They weren't in no weren't in no shows and
foreign.
They weren't nothing like that. You could go to them, they would just show movies, modern movies. Now they got a lot of foreign movies in it. It's
completely about TV shows, really, honestly.
Commercials now, it's just greed.
Yeah, actually, there's even a feature where you can play games on Netflix now.
Mm.
I can't believe who goes to Netflix to play games.
Someone, it's a market, they got it there, I would imagine. But my point is that I won't pay to see it. Does that mean I get to see more, or just means that I just get no commercials?
Get no commercials.
So they won't show me Blake Lively?
Oh no, you'll still be able to see Blake Lively. I think that's only on the plans where you don't have to pay ads. I guess they want you to be able to pay more to watch it.
All right, well, you can just put that order in for me.
Okay.
Because I'd rather pay the $17. I knew it was somewhere, like I said, 16. I knew it.
An extra $10.
And I said, hey, I don't even pay them. I just do it. Baby Crone does all my bills, or I have someone else do them for me. I don't deal with all that. But nevertheless, it looks like Maloney is going to shine. And you know what? This is the kicker. You know, you tried to destroy him, Blake.
Yes.
We didn't even know who he is. Now I know who this man is. And now I will look out for him.
That's
now
true.
that I know he was the one that played in that movie with Charlamagne. What is it? The sexual movie about the homosexuality.
Oh, Call Me by Your Name.
Call Me by My Name. Call Me by Your Name, or Call Me by My Name, or something like that. He was a part of that, yes? So now I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at this movie.
Yes, because I'm curious too, because it's supposed to be the concept, the idea of it is supposed to be good and beautiful, talking about overcoming DV or abusive relationships.
Oh, okay.
Basically, and that's what the theme of the movie's all about. So it's so weird and ironic that with a theme of that kind of movie, we get somebody claiming sexual harassment and completely uncomfortable and needs some coordinators.
I am so glad that bombshell, that blonde bombshell has been exposed. This is something the cards have said that this woman has been doing this for years, ever since she was a teenager. She has been a Heather for many years. And you know what? She really thought that her elite friends would back her up. And in the past, they did. But that kind of foolishness is coming down. And with that, I thank you for joining us. Do you have any more questions?
No,
I vented. I feel better because I hate injustice. I really do. I really do. And I'm so glad that Hollywood is changing.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm glad that Taylor Swift said, no, boo. No. And it's such a loss.
It really is.
For Taylor Swift, it's such a loss. But Taylor, with a friend like that, you don't need an enemy.
No, you really don't.
You can't trust her. She's a snake. And she's an evil. She's bitter. She's unhappy. Maybe she's unhappy with her father. Because he said she got kids that's by another woman. Who knows? But this stuff gone back. My mind said 18. She's been at this. Something's broken inside of Blake. Something's broken inside of her. That she takes it out on other people that she feels less than her.
Yes.
And with that,
that's a bully.
And that's a bully. She's a Hollywood elitist bully. And shame on her. And I'm so glad that she has been exposed. And Taylor, don't fall for that.
No. You're
better than that. Okay? And with that, can we close out?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We went over the time, but I'm glad. I am. So stay tuned. We want to talk about Krishan Rock. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Sunflowers.